Okay, so here, let me tell you the formula. So here's the formula to double, triple, and maybe even quadruple your revenues in the next 12 months. L times C times M times F equals growth potential. Now, we all know this stuff in a roundabout way. There's only a few ways that you can increase your revenues. And the first one is increase our leads. So the theory is if we could double the amount of leads that we get in, theoretically, we already could double our revenues, right? Because if you double your leads, you should double everything out throughout the process. So we have to start thinking about what are the strategies, what are the tactics, what things can we implement and execute upon to double our lead generation. And maybe it's a combination of not only increasing the leads, but increasing the quality of the lead and targeting a better prospect by profiling our previous customers to know what our new customers are going to be like and profiling them to get a better idea. So let's say, what are we going to do to focus on this? So you get your team together and you sit down and you figure out strategies and tactics that you can implement and execute upon to increase the number of leads. Then the next one is customers. So even though we're going to increase our leads, we now want to start focusing on optimization of converting a lead to a customer. And there's different strategies that we implement and execute called tripwires, where you get somebody to buy a low dollar product, because once they go from a prospect or a lead to an actual customer because they actually paid you something, they're more likely to read your emails, pay attention to what you're doing, and follow what's going on. So that's called a tripwire. But again, start thinking about strategically and tactically, what can you do? What bonus gifts can you offer? What language can you change? What direction can you manipulate through so you can double the amount of customers? So again, our goal is we want to 2x our leads, we want to 2x our customers, right? So again, if we double this and double this, now we have the potential to go 4x our business. Now, do I think you're going to do that? Probably not. But if we focus on each area and break it down this way and start strategically thinking about the tactics, the strategies and tactics we can execute upon to get more conversions on our customers, then we're going to win. Now the next one is margins. Okay? So now we want to 2x our margins as well. Now this is one that normally almost every small business owner that we've consulted with and mentored and coached, they really miss this one. They have a product, they go down a product road, and they market their product. So we optimize the leads coming in, we optimize how to close that customer, but now we want to increase the margins. Well, how do you increase the margins? Well, a lot of times you just raise your price, right? And I can't tell you the hundreds of times and the thousands of stories I've heard of entrepreneurs fighting and arguing, I can't raise my price, no one will buy it. But when you fix your marketing, you fix your messaging, and you strategically do this, you can raise your prices. Now let's say you can't and you don't need to. So now we have to talk about what are those upsells. When you walk into McDonald's, what do? Would you like some fries with that meal? Would you like a Coke with that meal? Everywhere you go, marketing people offer you additional products and services. You're selling tires. What else can you sell with those tires? You're selling, I'm on top of a restaurant. What can that restaurant sell? They offer you desserts, right? You have to increase the amount of money you're bringing in per customer, which increases your margin. And if you guys don't know this, the margins that McDonald's and those kind of companies make are on the drinks, right? If they don't sell you a drink, they're not making a profit because all the money in their market, everything, that hamburger is eaten up. They want to get you on the drinks and the upsells and the hot pies and all that kind of stuff. And that's no different than you. So if you don't already have some upsells and some downsells and some additional products, training, I love digital products, digital information that you can add to your existing product line to increase your margins, to create that amount of money that you're taking in, you need to stop, get your team, and figure it out. Brainstorm. Get out of the box. Get out of your box. Think about what you can do to add to your product offering so you can increase your margins as they come in. And you've got to have that upsell. You've got to have that downsell. Okay? So if we want to 2x that, then the next one is frequency. Now this again is another one that what if you could just double the frequency that your customers buy from you in the next 12 months? You're going to double your profits. You're going to double your revenues, right? Just get them to buy from you again. Now again, I can't tell you how many countless of entrepreneurs don't even think about marketing to their existing customers. They're spending money on getting new leads. You got to really focus on referral programs, relationship building, all the things that you can do to get that customer to buy from you again. Frequency, what can you do to get them to come back? What sale can you have? What flash sale can you have? What holiday sale can you have? What can you do? And again, like I said earlier in my video, map it out. Okay, it's January right now, and we're already planning our February Valentine's Day launch, our Summer Day launch for an apparel business that we own. So we're planning this stuff out. So you really want to plan your frequency and really get those emails. And here's what you want to do too. Do it in such a way that whatever you do this year, next year, you can just pull out that swipe file and implement again. Make it easy on yourself. So create things once, use them over and over and over again to leverage. And that goes through all of this stuff. You want to leverage everything through here as everything you create, so you can leverage it over and over and over. And then you come up with a new product, take and swipe your own stuff to increase your leads, increase your customers, increase your margin, increase your frequency. Now again, what does that end up with? Your growth potential. Again, if you were to do 2x, 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 that's 16x. Now, do I think you're going to 16x your business? No, but I promise you, you focus on these different areas, and each one, strategically and tactically, think them through, and you will easily double or triple your revenues in the next 12 months. So now let's kind of move into, before we end this, what's keeping you from doing this? Why aren't you doing this? Why haven't you implemented this? And maybe you're doing one part of it, or maybe you've thought about one part of it, but there's really only a few reasons in my mind. Now, there could be in your mind why you're doing it, and hopefully I'm reading your mind right now, but one is you just don't know how, right? No one's ever taught you. You've never been exposed to this information on how to do this. Like, how do I increase my leads? How do I get more customers? How do I increase my margins? And there's lots of ways to do this, right? And so maybe it's just you don't know how. Maybe it's that you feel that your product is limited and you're just in a box. You got to really get out of that box, and you got to expand your mind. You got to think that you can do this and you can grow. And if you can, and let's say your product is locked in a box, you need to innovate. You need to come up with something else. You can't stay in that box. Again, another great example, and this is kind of a side note here, but I was friends with the CMO, the market director for Kodak. And he was telling us the story about when Kodak was making 35 millimeter film. And it was like they were doing like $800 million a month in 35 millimeter film. And then that digital camera came out, right? And everything started going digital. It was like in a 4-month period of time, revenues from 35 millimeter film dropped to like 70 million from like 800 million in like 4 months. Well, guess what? Kodak got smoked, right? They didn't innovate fast enough. They weren't on top of the game. And now you look at the Go videos out there and what they've done. They innovate. You got to start thinking about this and intentionally take your time to focus on innovation and what you can do to increase your stuff here. And again, if you're not doing it, ask yourself, why are we not doing this? What can we do to do this? And really, you know what it is? A lot of it, it's just focus and allocation of time and commitment. So another thing that I do is I have a company called BizPad, a software company. It's a project management thing. And I'm one of these guys that doesn't believe that we manage our time as much as we should manage our projects and what we're doing. So again, if you plan out your execution plan for the next 3 months, 9 months, 12 months, like I'm going to do 12 months, and then I back into all the tasks that have to happen, and I put them on a calendar, put them in a date, and I allocate those tasks, allocate those items, and distribute them throughout my team. Now it's just a matter of execution. So we can do it, you can do it, everybody can do it. So what you want to do is commit. Say to yourself, I am committed. This is the time. I want to double my revenues. I want to triple my revenues. Make the commitment. Get the education, get the mentors, hire those coaches that can help you get there. And you will see results that will change and transform your life. And so this has been Greg Ryder. I appreciate everything. I appreciate your time. I hope this has been of value to you. If you want to find out any more information about us, you can go to angelnetwork.com, or you can go to my own personal domain, gregreiter.com. And let me know you watch this video. Let me know how it affected you, and let me know what you're thinking. We appreciate it. And you got to do what I do. You got to wake up every day with an attitude of gratitude and tell somebody you love them, and you'll have a great day.